is welcoming a delegation of the Czech Republic. At this time, I have a special thought for the late Mr. Anand Javu, who has been the consul of the Czech Republic since 1997 and who passed away in January this year. He has strived to bring the two countries closer and indeed their business communities together. This event is being organized jointly by the MCCI and the Czech Chamber of Commerce, and with the full collaboration of our sister government organizations, the Board of Investment and Enterprise Mauritius. We are pleased to welcome this high-level ministerial delegation and the presence of our own Minister of Foreign Affairs, just coming from Cabinet. I think undoubtedly will set the scene for future beneficial exchanges at the highest level and then cascading to us at the business level. Honourable Ministers, we truly appreciate your presence here this afternoon. The Czech Republic, with a population of more than 10 million people, a GDP per capita of around 19,800 US dollars, is an attractive market for Mauritius. According to the IMF, the GDP growth is expected to be 2.5% in 2015 and will strengthen even more in 2016. The Czech Republic is a member of the EU, of the UN, of NATO, IMF, amongst others, and Mauritius is a founding member of the WTO and is among the first signatories of the Trade Facilitation Agreement ironed out at the Bali WTO Ministerial last year. Mauritius is also a very open economy, with our total imports and exports accounting for over 130% of our GDP. Today, the Czech Republic is one of the most developed industrial economies in Central and Eastern Europe. Czech industry is focused on metallurgy, engineering, car industry, electronic industry, chemistry, food and beverages processing, production of glass, textile. For the manufacture of nanomaterials, I'm given to understand that it is an original Czech invention. To rubber, plastics, shared services center, I think it's very promising. We got to learn from each other. As far as trade is concerned with Mauritius, I think we've got still a long way to go, because a quick perusal of the statistics show that we are still well under the 1 billion rupee mark in terms of exchange with the Czech Republic. Our main exports to the Czech Republic consisted of finished garments, processed tuna, sugar, whereas our imports consisted mainly of automatic data processing equipment, machines and units, and telco equipment. We are confident, and we're going to be talking about that in the second leg of this business meet, on the opportunities either in Mauritius or using Mauritius as a platform for Africa, given our market access opportunities with SADC, COMESA, and now with the new tripartite, DSC, AGOA, and the rest. But I think more importantly, it's about connection. It's not just about investment, as my good friend from the Chamber was explaining to me. It's about technology transfer. It's about assisting our companies to try to get to the next level in terms of the value chain. And I think this is very interesting, because we are at a point right now, and we're looking for the next wave. And I think we cannot keep on waiting, and these forums like this, and I think I would like to thank everybody, because I think it's very well attended, where we can actually have this business-to-business dialogue and see how we can progress from the talk to actually moving into execution. And I think this is something very important, given the nature and also given the composition of the Czech delegation, also try to match the Mauritian delegation so that we can have a combined matrix of opportunities. So as I said, there will be a detailed presentation that is going to be made later on, jointly by the Board of Investment, MCCI, and Enterprise Mauritius. It is now my pleasure to invite Mr. Edward Ryšký, Deputy Minister, Ministry of Industry and Trade of the Czech Republic, to make his address. Thank you.
It is my pleasure and privilege to address this business forum that aims to promote the business cooperation between the Czech Republic and the Republic of Mauritius. I am glad to say that some Czech export companies are active in the market of the Republic of Mauritius. However, the Czech delegation visiting this beautiful country also includes the Czech companies that are seeking new partners here in the Republic of Mauritius. Looking at the data sheets of our mutual trade, we can see that volume of our exchange is growing dynamically. The turnover extended $33 million last year, and this trend of growth is continuing still. Nevertheless, I have to say that we do not to full advantage of both our markets. To address this, such high-powered visits combined with business missions are very useful for further development of our bilateral trade and economic relations. At the same time, the Czech Republic is an active member of the European Union and welcome the signing of internal economic partnership agreement between the Eastern and Southern Africa, which includes in Mauritius and the EU in the year 2009. The agreement will further boost our bilateral exchange of goods. Allow me to mention that the Czech Republic has a long industrial tradition. We have the highest share from industry in all of Europe when we speak about GDP. Particularly in production of world-class machinery and technologies. Thus, the Czech Republic is interested in intensifying the mutual trade exchange between Czech Republic and the Republic of Mauritius, and also its further diversifications. I am pleased to mention that the Czech industry has a great reputation represented, for example, by Škoda cars and various machinery items. Are well aware of the potential of the Republic of Mauritius economy and market, as well as the need of reliable industrial technologies to aid further development. Regarding this, we believe that our visit will serve an important tool to enhance the mutual economic cooperation and laying solid foundations for our future trade relations. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to assure you that the Czech Republic is interested in the further development of our mutual cooperation, for example, of the field of energy and water management. We can also see considerable potential of the renewable resources, civil aviation, technologies for environmental protection, automotive industry, agriculture, and food processing, and also infrastructure development. I would like to take this special opportunity to extend my sincere appreciation to the Chamber of Commerce of the Republic of Mauritius and the Czech Chamber of Commerce for organizing this meeting and for their job dedicated to the promotion of economic relations between the Czech Republic and the Republic of Mauritius. I believe that further cooperation between our countries and between Mauritius and Czech Chamber of Commerce will pave the way for the enforcement of cooperation between the representative of the business sector from both sides and both countries. Ladies and gentlemen, let me wish you every success in your activities and of course a great number of new and prosperous business contacts. Thank you for your attention.
This is very extraordinary and emotional moment for us because we found a paradise here. This is something we fall in love with. As a business community, we would like to say at the same moment, we would like to express our sincere admiration for your economic success, which you have managed to attain in a very short period of time, as well as sustainable economic development. This is something extraordinary which should be admired. And this is an important prerequisite for our further development, of our economic and trade relations. As it has been already said, the Czech Republic is, since more than 200 years, one of the most developed industrial developed countries in Europe. Industrial sector generates more than 35% of our GDP. This is the highest rate in European Union. For example, UK is the second. So that's yet another example of our potential and our possibilities, let alone that we are one of those least countries, not only in European Union, which managed to not only to retain but further develop precise machinery, which is, I would say, the backbone of any industry. Czech economy is traditionally an open one. That means that we are not only an exporter, but we also stress the necessity of import. So we pursue and follow the policy of two-way road in trade ties. Ladies and gentlemen, we have brought here quite a big delegation consisting of 15 companies. I dare to say that most of them, or all of them, are really renowned and well-reputed Czech companies. They are well-reputed in the world market. And some of them, even they can offer very unique products, services, and expertise. I will divide or identify 4 sectors of those 15 companies. The sector of industrial products, the sector of aeronautic and airport industry, the sector of military and defense technologies, and last but not least, this very traditional touristic and art-oriented sector. As I have put it, or it was mentioned during the previous speeches, our trade relations are not as broad as we may wish. Anyway, the relations we have, they are constantly growing, and the outcome and the turnover is constantly growing, and we are extremely interested in developing further. That's why we believe that there is potential, for example, in the energy sector, because Czech companies are very reputed in this sector. They have managed to build globally quite a wide number of industrial and energy facilities. At the same time, we know about the size of Mauritius, that's why we propose, for example, our technologies and expertise in the field of renewable resources such as wind power stations or solar power stations. We have in our delegation one company which is involved in food processing industry, particularly they focus on brewery and dairy. As far as some other potential activities, I may mention water resources projects. Czech companies have quite broad references globally, for example, in water treatment and purification units. We have built, or Czech companies have built so far such projects in many countries of Africa, Asia, Latin America, very successfully. Ladies and gentlemen, yet another field I would like to mention is tourism. Both our countries are renowned for its touristic sightseeing places. Czech Republic is well known for, let's say, their castles, or Prague castle heritage, UNESCO heritage. Every year there are millions of tourists coming to the Czech Republic. On the other side, as I put it, I wrote, reminded again, Mauritius is considered a paradise, touristic paradise. So within our company, within our delegation, we have a renowned company which is specialized on tourism. So we believe that we might impact that as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm convinced and strongly convinced that this forum, which I would like to say is wonderfully and professionally organized by Mauritius Chamber of Commerce and Industry, will contribute to the development of trade and economic relations. We will discuss and exchange views on envisaged MOU, and we do hope that we will be successful in our efforts, and we will run it. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
I would like to invite
priorities. It was to enter to the European Union, and we really didn't manage it because in 2004, Czech Republic started to be a member of EU. Also, we entered to the North Atlantic Alliance. Now, all these tasks are finished, and it seems that it's not enough. Why? Because also during this economic and financial crisis which started in 2008, it was clear in a relatively short time that we need to diversify our economy, our trade. There was really good reason to start to return to our traditional partners. And I'm really sure that it's the right time to reach out to partners, also to Africa. That was the reason why we started this journey to Africa. We went through Nairobi, Kenya, through Maputo in Mozambique, and I'm very glad that we have finalized this mission right here in Mauritius. Why? Because we have to overcome some problem we have in Czech Republic, problem with Africa. Because you know that when people and businessmen are following television screens, they saw all the time only information about clashes in Nigeria, clashes in North Africa, or Boko Haram, Ebola, and others. Yes, I feel very sorry, but this picture of Africa is relatively bad in Czech Republic. And we would like to change this. But on the other hand, Mauritius, your island, has a very good fact in Czech Republic. Because your country has very good references from international agencies. You are growing at a pace of more than 3% every year. You are a politically stable country with a stable economic growth. And also, as Ilya Mazanek said, many Czechs fall in love with Mauritius because 7,000 of tourists from Czech Republic are coming every year, and the number is growing every year. And that is the reason why we can think about one interesting idea to have Mauritius as something like gateway or platform to Africa, but maybe not only to Africa, but also to other parts of the world, to India, Asia, and so on. And when I take also the concrete figures of our trade, turnover of this trade, it seems that also your relatively small island is now important partner of Czech Republic. There are many good reasons why to return also to Mauritius. And it's not absolutely new beginning, because we have some concrete consultations. We know that we have to build some legal framework for our trade, and to complete this legal framework, they need some concrete agreements. For example, this air transportation agreement, we need to find the appropriate legal base for trade, but we are ready to finish all this work and really to help from the position of government to create a good environment for entrepreneurs and for businessmen. That's why I am really very glad that we have this opportunity to meet here today, and allow me to thank you thank you organizers that arranged this meeting, because I'm convinced that what we need now, we need these concrete meetings between individuals and concrete projects. I am very glad that from today I have the information that during today, they found some possibilities in training of air traffic controllers, in possibility to sell reports here to Mauritius, and I'm convinced that we will are able to find many other possible projects. And it's something what should be done from your side. And the prerequisite for any shift forward has to be this concrete communication, concrete meetings between individuals and concrete projects. This, I need to thank you that you came to this meeting, and I would like only to give you some information that part of my delegation here to Mauritius is also the representative of Chamber of Commerce from the Czech Republic, which I'm convinced will report the outcome of this event to member companies. We have also brought the two government institutions, Export Guarantee and Insurance Corporation and Czech Export Bank, both of them playing crucial role in facilitating trading operations. And also I would like to tell you that part of our delegation are some representatives of government which are ready to help to create these first steps forward. And I'm very glad really that we finalize and finish this journey right here in Mauritius, because I'm really convinced that your country is the best platform fundament for our renewal, for our restart of relations with some African countries. And I have also a very good notion from today's meetings. I had the opportunity to meet your Prime Minister. I congratulate him to the result of last election, and especially to this political stability which is prerequisite for any sustainable permanent development in our mutual ties and relations. Thank you for coming, dear guests. Thank you for all of you, and I am waiting.
I wish to extend a very warm welcome to you, Mr. Minister, and to the members of your delegation to Mauritius. I think that despite the fact that the last time that the Foreign Affairs Minister of the Czech Republic came to Mauritius was in 1999, we can still see loud and clear that the Czech Republic and Mauritius enjoy excellent bilateral and trade relations. Our two countries are integral members of numerous multilateral organizations where we fully collaborate. The growing trade partnership between our two countries and the rise in tourist arrivals from the Czech Republic are also very encouraging signs of the good relationship that exists between the Czech Republic and Mauritius. We have a shared commitment to entrench democratic traditions and to ensure respect for human rights and the rule of law. Czech Republic has an open economy with solid fundamentals, just like Mauritius. Our mutual openness to the world makes us very investor-friendly destinations. And I hope that this workshop between our two chambers of commerce is going to have the intended consequences. Opportunities for investment exist across all sectors of activities of the Mauritian economy, be it in manufacturing, in real estate, in construction, in trading and logistics, in the ocean economy, in financial services, or in the ICT BPO sector. In fact, today, the Mauritian Financial Center is an important risk mitigating and cost-efficient partner for cross-border investment into Africa, with more than 20 bilateral investment treaties with mainland African countries. At the foundation of our financial center is a stable democracy, the enforcement of the rule of law, good governance, consistency and continuity in economic policy, good regulatory framework based on international standards, and most important of all, political stability. In fact, when I first met His Excellency, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, last night, I told him that if his visit to Africa was actually concerned with Kenya, Mozambique, and Mauritius, I was very confident that he himself and you yourself, distinguished guests from the Czech Republic, that you would probably enjoy Mauritius more. The government of Mauritius is determined to further improve our business climate while creating new business opportunities, particularly for our small and medium-sized entrepreneurs. Maybe I should just pause a second here to say that among the various laws that we have passed, there is one which very often surprises our foreign guests. It is the combination of the work and the residence permit, which is called the occupational permit. If someone is going to come to this country as a non-citizen and wants to work and reside here, that person must apply for what is known as the occupational permit. And the law we have passed, in order to facilitate business, is as follows. If the applicant has submitted all his documentation and that he or she does not receive a reply within 72 hours of the application, that application is deemed to have been approved, and you are welcome to stay and work. Now, Mauritius, as you're aware, is a gateway to the Southern African Development Community and the common market for Eastern and Southern Africa. We are now moving towards the historical tripartite free trade area. That free trade area is likely to be launched next week, and it will comprise 26 countries from the SADC, the COMESA, and the East African Community, representing an amount of 600 million people with a combined GDP of more than $1 trillion. I am therefore very enthusiastic when His Excellency, the Minister of Foreign Affairs of your country, says that he would like the Czech Republic to use Mauritius as a gateway into Africa. We believe that we've got the basics. We believe that we will probably be the better value proposition to penetrate the African market. Maybe I'll just say something which is close to my heart. On the 17th of March of this year, Mauritius became the first country to sign the United Nations Convention on Transparency in Treaty-Based Investor-State Arbitration, otherwise known as the Mauritius Convention on Transparency. That convention is one which put Mauritius on the international map for arbitrage, because as part of the endeavor of our country to be one of the better value propositions for the continent, we thought that arbitration would be a very good point. The signing ceremony, which was hosted here, was successful, with 8 United Nations member states signing the convention, namely the United States of America, Canada, the United Kingdom, France, Germany, Finland, and Sweden. I do hope that we will be able to convince the Czech Republic to become one of the signatories of the Mauritius Convention on Transparency. I am also glad to note the vigorous investment climate in the Czech Republic. I am informed that in 2013, outwards foreign direct investment was a healthy $3.3 billion, almost matching the inward $4.9 billion. I was surprised to learn that one of the brand names of the Czech Republic is Bata, because there's one next door to my office. So it's to see how and Bata has been here for, as far as I can remember. Even when I was 5 years old, we knew, I think everyone here knows of Bata. So it's to see that you've been here for many, many years. But we were less familiar to your aviation industry. It was very interesting to learn that the Czech Republic builds airplanes, sells helicopters, manufactures weapons. So we look forward to engaging commercially, economically, politically, socially, and culturally with the Czech Republic. Maybe I should say that we greatly value your visit to Mauritius. And I believe that in this respect, we should commend your ambassador, Her Excellency Ms. Blanca Fakusova, for her diligence in strengthening our bilateral relations. And not later than 2 weeks ago, I think, we were discussing of how to have stronger relationships between the Czech Republic and Mauritius. And I believe that today, this afternoon, should be seen as a watershed in our relations, because the memorandum of understanding to be signed between the Chamber of Commerce and Industry of Mauritius and the Economic Chamber of the Czech Republic is a step forward, which should send a strong signal to our mutual business community. Let us make the most of this opportunity between our two countries. Let us make the most of this opportunity of being here today to set the base for our future relations. I accordingly wish all of you very fruitful deliberations. And I now have the honor and privilege of declaring the Mauritius Czech Business Forum officially open. Thank you very much.